So I went back to Chongqing, and this was my second time going to Chongqing, and I must say I had an amazing time. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, V Blackhearted Artist, aka Keenan. And I'm back with another video. Today we are doing Chongqing. Like I said before, it's my second time here, but this time I had so much fun that I just had to do a video about it. So Chongqing is only an hour or so train ride away from Chengdu, so it's a very popular place for people who live in Chengdu to go and see and explore. So again, it's always been an option, and many people have been there before. So this time when I went with a friend. He invited me, so I came with him because last time I went alone. So we ate some noodles first, as you saw, and now we are getting to what we can call the Chongqing Times Square. You know, this is the shopping district, and this is where all of the shopping goes down, and they have different things here. This district is called, this district is Jiefangbei. And please excuse my pronunciation because, listen, Chinese is hard, and I'm not fluent, so the pronunciation may be off, but Jiefangbei is what I'll call it today. All right, again, it's very similar. Again, I'm speaking to America. It's very similar to our Times Square. They have a big clock in the center, and they do their countdowns for the New Year's parties there also. Chongqing is a very hilly city. It's built into the mountains, so I just took some footage of the inclines of the hills and the driving. It's very interesting, landscape. So we're actually from Jiefangbei, we walked to Raffles City. Raffles is a very popular chain of malls, and as you can see, they have a very beautiful Raffles mall that is offices and shopping all in that very beautiful building. So of course I had to go see that. So that is us exploring there, and behind that mall they have this beautiful bay that you can look out. And let me just note that this was during the Spring Festival holiday, which, if you are familiar with Chinese holidays, that is the most popular time to travel. There's no work for anybody in the country in that entire week, so as you can imagine, everywhere you go is going to be busy except Chengdu. For some reason, Chengdu is not a big touristy place for Spring Festival, but Chongqing is. So this place is a place where you can find a train that does what? Oh, wait. It goes into a building. It's pretty, I don't want to say anticlimactic. It's pretty fun, When you go travel these places, you have to decide if you're going to be a tourist or if you're going to blend in as a local. And this is definitely one of those just cool touristy things. It's super packed in this place. Everybody wants to see the train station where the train goes into the building. And you can find this if you want to go visit this. This is a Liziba. And the nighttime, we went out to explore and see different things. What did we see? Chongqing has a lot of different great architecture. Like every time I walk around, I think that's China in general, to be honest. China has some very good architecture, so that building is very pretty, and there's other very interesting buildings that we go through. But again, it's Spring Festival, so these next clips we're going to take a look at are just the amount of people. This is us trying to go over an overpass, and it's police standing in the middle of the way for who knows why. But if you can see behind my shoulder the amount of people, the waves and the crowd, it was shoulder to shoulder for blocks. Just imagine. And this was all to get to what I think is the highlight of Chongqing. Like, if you go to Chongqing, you must go to this place, all right? This is where most of the tourist pictures come from. If you Google Chongqing, most of the pictures will come from this place. It is Hongyadong. Hongyadong is a dish, I don't know, from the outside it just looks like, looks very small from the outside, but once you get inside, it's like 14 levels of shopping and bars and all kinds of things. So we waited in line to get into there. and we did some shopping. I bought some of those peppers. Very, very expensive, but you can see the gold roofs. So that's what you see from the outside, but it's literally 14 levels, maybe even more, maybe a little less if I'm being, over dramatizing, but I think it's about 14 levels that we had to walk down, and it's down, all down. I'm going to mention later, but Chongqing is built into a mountain, so everything is just weirdly built. But you go in on the first level, and then you can go down 14 levels, which is a very interesting kind of concept. And you can see many things. They have, different pieces, different art pieces, and things like that as you go down the stairs into the different levels. They have performances, people performing, so all things of that nature is all good in this street. But yeah, as I mentioned, that's the first level, and then you see how far down. Chongqing is built into a mountain. So it's very weird that you'll be on what you think is the first floor, and then you'll go down several stories, and you'll still somehow be on the first floor again. It's just a very weird, interesting thing where you walk into a hotel, it looks like it's one story, but it's actually 14 stories. And then you go to the bottom, and you can be on another main street. It's the most interesting architecture I think I've ever seen. And I'm not going to say I like it, because it can be tiring, being surprised like that. We were trying to map quest something, and we kept getting lost because it was like above us in several stories, and it was just overlapping, and it was very confusing. So we went to a beautiful ancient town, of course. In China, ancient towns are some of the most popular attractions. So this is Ciqikou. It was very nice, ancient towns, as I said, they're very standard. They're in every city. They look primarily the same, but I still enjoy going to them. There's always going to be something different about that town's ancient town. So I thought Chongqing's, this is the most popular one, and I thought it was very nice. It was very nice. I bought some tea there, and if you go to the back, there is what they call, I think it was called, if I remember correctly, it was called the Porcelain Dock in the back, which was a nice area to just, see the bay, see the river. So yeah, this ancient town I thought was, quite nice. We had some tea there, which was disgusting. It's called pu'er. It tastes like fish. And, some of my Chinese followers can correct me if I'm wrong, if they tasted it and they know what I'm talking about. But it was a tea that tastes like fish, and I did not enjoy that surprise. But yeah, that's the bay. It seems like a lot of things were closed that day, but they had a lot of stalls open selling things, especially for the kids. A little breezy day. But yeah, it was super nice. I liked that ancient town, Ciqikou. So of course you expect there to be shops and stalls. That's all good and fine. But there's actually street performances too, of course, and you can donate to them. And then we came across this guy. If you squint and you notice, this guy only has one arm and he's killing the guitar. I thought that was very cool. I very much enjoyed his performance.
动手上，只掉在深深的桥的夏天。操场边的秋千上，只有蝴蝶停在上面。月光上老师的灯笔，还在拼命轻轻敲打写个不停。等待着下课，等待着放学，等待游戏的童年。
So next place we're going to look at, I didn't know where I was going, to be fair, to be honest, but I made sure to capture the amount of people. As you can see, it's a full-on crowd of people. But then I get inside and it's this little place, and I notice finally that it's a museum that the Chinese man that I was with really wanted to go to. And after I left this museum, I was enthralled. I mean, it was so interesting. I was so curious, and you just go room by room looking at plaques, and some of them have English, if I remember correctly, but they don't have, much. As some museums, you can listen to audio and they give you the full story. So I was really piecing together the story by myself, which was kind of cool, honestly, in retrospect. But it was a prison. And as we're looking at now, these were where they slept, in that prison. I'm going to actually give you kind of the background because it's juicy, girl. It's a juicy story. I really enjoyed the story. I'll give it to you because I doubt some of y'all are going to go there anyway. And maybe you want to see it. If you like the story, you can go and visit yourself and see about it. So this was actually a Chinese concentration camp, believe it or not, back in 1940s. All right. And tragedy struck in 1940. Let me get these dates right. Let me pull up because I don't want to get anything wrong. Tragedy struck in November 28th, 1949, when some members of the rival party came in and they massacred all of the prisoners that were in that prison, in this concentration camp. Not even a prison, a concentration camp for communist politicians. So they massacred everyone, and 15 people actually survived. And just hearing the stories, looking at everything, there was a finite amount of people, of course, so just looking at everybody's individual story, they can account of who was there, and these people are seen as martyrs and heroes, so this is very interesting. I really love that. And next we are going to the Chongqing Zoo. I don't like zoos. I think I've said that before. Did I say that in the previous video? I hope I didn't. But if I didn't say it, I'm saying it now, just in case you see me at another zoo. I just find myself there, but I really hate zoos every time I go. It's just an animal prison, but I have so much footage. So, yeah, watch all this footage of all these animals in prison, and maybe you can see a reason not to go to a zoo, okay? But it was an okay time. They had a couple animals, but yeah, it just looks pretty torturous in my opinion. Everybody's still pretty packed. Again, it was the holiday, so there's so many people there. But yeah, take a look at some of the animals that I saw. And isn't that cute? They have a little amusement park. All right, another place we are going to look at, we went to another ancient town, which again, I was just following. I said, okay, you want to go there? I will go with you. But honestly, it was not too bad. It was called the Yidu ancient town. Yeah, pretty straightforward. It's very, very smaller than any other ancient town. Much, much, much more smaller. But it has a lot more character, to be honest. And it was a lot less people, which made me enjoy it a lot more. A lot more freedom to roam and look at things. And yeah, we ate some lunch there, which was very delicious, and the people were very friendly. And of course, they were very foreigner excited. It's right under the bridge, and it has a very good view of the bridge and the water. So I think it was a good scenic spot also. Again, right under the bridge, literally right under the bridge. The ancient tree actually goes under the bridge into the other side of the bridge, and you can go onto the shore also, which is a good place for a picture, especially to get a backdrop picture of the bridge. That's always a good scenic spot for, pictures. Yeah, there's this dog getting itself dirty, but other than that, that's Yidu. So lastly, we just chilled. We walked the streets. Sorry for the bright, bad footage. I got an old iPhone that's broken. I'm going to upgrade that soon. But I still want to give you this content, so I'm doing what I can. But yeah, we played some games. They got little ring toss games all across the streets. The streets are actually really, really lively. Yeah, Chongqing is also a good, go out place. They are very, very lively, like to drink and stay up late and things like that. So there's a lot of games along the street, a lot of street food there. So that's what we partook in for the last night there as we were looking for a bar. We're both older and we said, you know what, we're on vacation. Let's, find a bar. So we end up finding a bar to go to, and we left within the hour because we were like, oh, all right. And once we're here now, the music is too loud. We done drank already 2 cups, so we're good. So we called it a night. But yeah, that was Chongqing. Chongqing, I believe, is super, super awesome. Let me know how you feel. Yeah, let me know how you feel. Do you like Chongqing? Do you think it looks interesting? Have you ever been to Chongqing? What are some things that you liked about this video? This was actually a longer video than I'm usually used to posting. But I want to try it, see if you enjoy the longer content. Maybe it was mostly animals, but let me know down in the comments, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I have so many more videos for you coming. I've been traveling like crazy. Next week, we'll explore Taipei, Taiwan. See you then. Bye.